nationally recognized real estate radio network's Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Radio Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Make sure to get great information or ask your important questions at donandgino.com. Now, back to your friends, Don and Gino.
Well, thank you again for joining us. Hope your halftime special was good for you. And you should join us in our new custom built studio, because you can do that online now by going to donandgino.com, DONANDGINO.com. That's right, we had to throw the "and" in there because we were battling with pizza places.
We're still battling with pizza places, but we have the upper hand now. It's good.
That's right, yeah. It took us 2.5 years of providing great content to a lot of you out there. Thank goodness to our great experts like Ken Harris joining us today. Thanks for joining us again, buddy.
Thank you.
And of course, by popular demand, sharing with us a great topic, because a lot of the shows just talk about how listings and sellings and all that. That's where you go to a real estate professional. We have one, of course, coming on the second hour. Randy Place with Keller Williams is a true expert. In fact, I just saw him at SCV TV. He was doing an interview, so it was cool. So yes, we are now becoming TV stars. How about that?
Nice. You got all the makeup and the whole thing?
No. No
he doesn't need it.
for me. That's right. Thank you. And
I don't know, a little pasty over there.
It's the purple. That's what it is. Anyways, thank you for joining the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. And we were talking with Ken Harris with First American Exchange, and talking about 1031 exchanges. And this is a tax code that gives you an opportunity to potentially save tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. Again, 1031 exchange is a tax code. It's not the date you have to exchange the property. It is a tax code.
Like 31, can you like that? Yeah. You have to exchange your property on Halloween. Yeah. It's the only day of the year you can do it.
Exactly. Hey, it's funny, Gino. Even took you a minute going, did he just say that? Did he say it's only on Halloween?
Well, it's because I was busy in the chat room, Don. I'm having a blast in the chat room today. So I invite you to the chat room at donandgino.com. Hit watch and chat live, and we're making fun of Ken Harris, our good friend here, and we're also just now talking about Shannon, our producer, being a movie star and commercial star. So.
I know you see. Yeah, what's cool is you can see our new commercials up, because during our breaks we play our new commercials and information about the show. We're stepping it up in the world now. How about that? Thank you, AP Productions, Furman and George back there, just making us look good.
Yeah, in fact, speaking of good and making you look good, I know, Ken, you can help people really look good, especially, we talk about this. People don't really say that this is what they're looking to do, but a lot of times people just want to be the smartest guy in the room. Mm-hmm. And I think if you have expertise on 1031 exchange, as a consumer, as an investor, and you know what you're talking about, mm-hmm. you can really help your friends and family make sure that they save money by investing. Because it's, let's just say you made $100,000 in the last couple of years on an investment property.
Very realistic.
Very realistic. Mm-hmm. The last thing you want to do is give away $28,000 of it.
Yeah, and it could be even more depending on their income. So you got the additional capital gain rates of 5% of your income's in the $400,000 or $450,000 range, and a 3.8 Medicare tax that could be applied towards your capital gain too if you're in the $200,000 or $250,000 income range.
So now you're talking tens of thousands of dollars getting swept away out of your pocket.
Yeah.
Just
correct.
Because you didn't take advantage of something that's there for you to utilize.
Yeah, and you know what? And while we were, after 2008, the tax rates were low, and people were selling. They didn't have as much gain in the property. People were just paying their taxes at the time, because it is a tax deferral. It's not a tax-free transaction. So when you defer your taxes, if you eventually sell, the basis of the property you're selling does roll into the purchase. So you got to think about that. And some people, a lot of my clients will tell me, I'm going to just keep exchanging until I die. And the reason for that is they get the step up in basis.
Yeah, and I was going to just bring up one more thing. If you keep exchanging throughout your whole life, the beauty of it is that when you finally go to pay taxes on the $28,000 you made today, 30 years from now, the value of that $28,000, yeah, it's going to be maybe 4, maybe 8, but yeah, very minuscule. So you'll be paying, you're actually, even though it's deferred and you're still going to be paying tax on that money, it'll be minimal compared to what you would pay if you did it today.
Yeah, and I don't see many negatives in 1031 exchange. It's
well, there are some pitfalls though.
There are some pitfals.
We need to touch on that. You like that? Nice segue.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be careful. It's a couple things that I've been getting the questions lately. People are calling me. They're in a partnership on the property under an LLC, And there's three of us. Don, Gino, and Ken Harris own a property, but we own it under a partnership, ABC LLC, let's call it. And
we could be more creative.
Keep it simple. So let's say we want to sell the property, but one or two of us want to exchange and the other doesn't. So how do you do that? We have you have a same taxpayer requirement in 1031 exchange. The entity that holds the property that's being sold must be the entity that buys the property. So if you have a partnership that isn't cooperating on wanting to sell and buy the same property, how do you do that? A lot of people want to basically we call it a drop and swap transaction, which is highly scrutinized by the Franchise Tax Board.
They make us do that at Afterburn Fitness, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'll be joining us there soon, buddy.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will in January.
Very cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We got the whole group here. We're just Afterburn Fitness geeks here now.
Totally. Yeah. Somebody told me the other day I was trying to get somebody to come
We
to.
should get commission.
We should. I was trying to get somebody to come to Afterburn. I'm like, oh, it's really great. You should come. I'm feeling great. I'm doing really good. He goes, don't try to take me to your church, man.
Every morning, 5:15 in the morning, we're at church.
Exactly.
That's funny.
So back to the drop and swap.
Yes.
Basically what they're trying to do is they deed the property out of the LLC and drop it into the individual names as tenant in common. What they think is once you drop it into the individuals, now the individuals could do what they want. One can sell, pay their taxes. Two of them could do the exchange or however they want to break it up.
Right.
But the problem in exchange is you need a holding period. The entity that sells must be the entity that buys. And you have to hold on to the property typically for a couple years for it to be a safe 1031 exchange.
So if you drop, now you got to wait 2 years.
You should wait some time before you go ahead and sell it and do the exchange. But the problem is people don't think of that ahead of time.
No, they just think basically now it's in my name, I do what I want.
Yeah, exactly.
And we've owned the property for this long, but not as that entity.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
That's the key point.
So I'm the king of bringing up scenarios, right? So now I'm listening to this and I'm going, okay, well, if you and I are the ones that want to do the exchange and we stay as participants in the LLC,
yes,
and Don doesn't want to be a participant in the exchange, can he drop and we retain the right?
I did talk to an attorney once, and he felt that would work.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it's going to work or not work. It's a gray area.
Okay.
He felt that if you did not change the structure of the partnership too much, that the partnership can remain intact, then sell and buy under the same partnership, and felt safe. Now, when you structure the LLCs, I mean, the IRS is going to see how many K-1s are being issued out of that each year. So you got to be careful on how much you change the structure. That's a gray area. I always like to get advice of either an attorney or CPA, see how they feel about it too.
Oh, that sounds great. That totally makes sense. If there's 55 members and you lost 2, it's okay.
Yeah.
If there's 3 and you lost 1, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. We're getting you out of the gray. Mr. Ken Harris with First American Exchange, sharing with you what you need to know about 1031 exchanges. And it's a great way to avoid huge taxation when going from one property to another. The other pitfall that they need to know about is you just can't exchange one property to another without a value issue. Am I correct?
Yeah, you want to go equal or greater value. So you can't sell, for $500,000, buy for $400,000, and think you're going to defer all your taxes.
Which is key because you have so many people that are downsizing now, especially the baby boomers.
Yes.
That's a key point because they think that they can just basically just go buy a smaller home and I'll just do the 1031 exchange.
Yeah, and they think they could cash out some of the money sometimes.
Right.
So they want you to go equal or greater value, equal or greater equity. You could still exchange if you don't. So if you sell for $500, buy for $400, you're trading down $100,000. So there could be a tax consequence for the trade down portion. So it could still help, but as long as they understand there may be a tax consequence on the trade down amount.
Oh, that's really interesting. Okay, so here's one more question. Let's say I'm taking $500,000 out of one property and I want to buy $700,000 worth of property, but it's 3 separate properties. Can I do that?
You could do that. We
Okay.
have a lot of people that
Good
sell
question,
one.
Gino.
Yeah.
Wow, nice
and
question.
that's the great part. Then I think the real estate agents benefit from this the most. They're selling one, they're buying 3. If the same real estate agent can get all 3 of those or all 4 of those transactions, they have 4 deals that need to close within 180 days.
Nice.
Hello, tap, Mr. Real Estate Agent. Are you listening?
Yeah, we should replay that over and over again for the next 30 minutes.
I know Tony Lewis is listening. Tony, you got that right, buddy? And I know the Troop Squad is often listening, so hopefully you guys heard that Ken has a way for you to increase your commissions in a 180-day period.
Actually, what a great point for maybe I'm not going to call him a beginner real estate agent, but someone who's kind of early in the business and doesn't have a lot of clients. If they can get 1 or 2 investor clients, what a great way to get started.
Yeah,
that's a good point. I know we just had Bob Haas, who that's what he does, work with investors, and he knows the stuff inside and out. And it's good that he, to work with an expert like you, Ken, because that helps. Because you don't know these idiosyncrasies, it could be for naught, and you just lost this great opportunity. All right, Ken, so we can share some more opportunities with 1031 Exchange when we come back?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Ken Harris with First American Exchange on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220. KHTS, we'll be back in just a couple minutes.